Ooh. Look at this beautiful car, man. This right here is my second Mini Z. The first being Orbital over here. That was my first Mini Z RC car. This right here though is Dark. It is based on the black Lamborghini that was in Twisted Metal 4's Create a Card mode. And honestly, it's one of my favorites now. I think I like it better than Orbital. I mean, this is the self-insert car essentially, but nice black Lamborghini right there. Turn this off real quick. Hey, Butters. She likes to play with it. Hey everyone, Justin Dark here on Twisted Art Productions. It's been a hot minute since I've really picked the camera up and done an update for you guys. And seeing as there's so many new faces on this channel, which, thank you all again, we're close to 700 subscribers at the moment. I think I currently have 670 something, which is pretty damn impressive if you ask me. But anyway, hey everyone, Justin Dark here on Twisted Art Productions. I'm in my full golf outfit today, because it's a special time. It's a special time for this channel. So, about 2 weeks ago, I finished my Twisted Metal Black Thumper story. And it wasn't as spectacular as say, like Minion, but it was, you know, a good way to wrap up the first season of what I plan on doing. So, for those of you who don't know, for the last year or so, I've been creating these Twisted Metal motion comics, which are like basically reimagining some stories that weren't added prior to the main game. Like, say, I pretty much reimagined Warthog, Yellow Jacket, Manslaughter, and Axel's stories to have, you know, a full-length story, even though they're not, like, fully cinematic like Agent Stone or John Doe or even Sweet Tooth. But they're more or less based on the bonus endings for the bonus characters, like the sliding concept art, essentially.
Calypso went to work right away. And as a bonus, he didn't just operate on my head. He gave me a new pair of hands. They would become my trademark. When I killed, everyone would know it was me.
Which I always thought was weird, but now I know why, because of budget cuts and time constraints with Sony back in 2001. So basically a year ago, I was like, AI is getting pretty good. Maybe I should make my own Twisted Metal, at first, I was going to just do Warthog, Yellow Jacket, Crimson Fury, and Axel. But eventually, those videos got so successful that I decided to start doing more. So, a year ago today, I think I was working on Crimson Fury, which is one of the first ones I ever did. But now, I have done 10 characters. Hold on. 10 characters. What the fuck is this camera angle? 10. Okay, you know what I mean. 10 characters. I've done Axel, Yellow Jacket, Warthog, Crimson Fury, Manslaughter, Pit Viper, 12-pack, Warhawk, Minion, and Thumper. I'm glad I got them done. So this is where we jump into the meat and potatoes of this video. So, as you all have seen on the community tab, if you have, seen that, basically I announced that I'm going to be doing a season 2 essentially, which is going to basically continue the stories from Twisted Metal Black, of course in my own way, and it's gonna kind of introduce some new characters like Hammerhead, who else? Mr. Slam, Twister, all these characters that were planned for Twisted Metal Harbor City. I'm going to be making my own stories out of Harbor City, because I've kind of realized that this is probably the best type of content I have ever done. Because believe it or not, I wasn't always making Twisted Metal content. Sure, I would talk about Twisted Metal. Sure, I would even, say it's my favorite game of all time during my vlogs. Guys, what are you doing? Crazy cats. They're messing with my gravestone. But basically, I want to make my own version of Twisted Metal Harbor City, and it's a project I've dubbed Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories. Obviously based on Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, but instead it's Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories. Now, I'm actually already working on a few of them right now. They won't be done until maybe June or July latest. I want to at least keep the audience surprised and show them, hey, I'm making a sequel to Sweet Tooth story, a sequel to John Doe's story, Raven's story, all that. But I have to take my time with this stuff. I have to make sure I'm doing it right, because otherwise, if I don't take my time with these videos, they're not going to turn out so well. Like, if any of you remember when I first started, like the original, oh my god, the original Axel story I did, the Axel intro and middle, those were shoehorned. Those were freaking rushed to the brim. They were not fully made. The art in there was terrible, and the voiceover was crappy because this was before the 11 Labs AI text-to-speech voice thing was really any good. So obviously, I want to make sure that these videos are good. I want to produce something that's good for all of the Twisted Metal fans out there. And I want to thank everyone for subscribing and liking the videos and giving me some good feedback and good ideas for characters. I know I'm not going to use all the ideas I've been given, but I'm going to use some of them. Don't worry, I will be using some of these characters that these people like MK Monster Rock and Scotty Lewis and all these other people have given me. The suggestions, just the character ideas. I mean, I've got my own ideas, but I will kind of like take inspiration from what I'm given to. But basically, the point of Harbor City Stories is going to be a fan-made continuation of Twisted Metal Black stories. I'm going to actually base a lot of the stories on the not the loading screens, the bios given to us in Twisted Metal Lost, which is basically the complete version of Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories, which was a fucking lie. Because speaking of that, a couple of days ago, like literally 2 days ago, Twisted Metal Harbor City, the more complete build, was leaked. And I downloaded it, and I'm already working on getting oil paintings made of the levels. Yes, I am obsessed with taking Twisted Metal levels and turning them into works of art, like oil paintings and even some AI art, using the image input option on GMO. This whole like process of just making these oil paintings is kind of tedious, but it's also kind of cool. You know, I'm making art of levels that weren't seen, but they had so much detail put into them. And look, like, this series is amazing, okay? I like the ideas, I like how batshit insane it is, and I like the covers. Especially this one, even though it's a creative card from Twisted Metal 4. It's technically Crimson Fury, but black, essentially. What you doing, Butters? He's so cute. That's my 6-month-old kitten, Butters. She was born back in October or November or some shit like that. And she's, you know, she's pretty healthy. We're gonna take her to the vet pretty soon, but that's Butters. She's my 4th and final cat because all the cats outside are gone. They're completely gone, they vanished. I'm kind of glad so I don't keep breeding, because that's one thing about these cats, is like they kept on breeding and breeding. Eventually the ones outside did go away. Like they eventually left or they died or something. I don't know and I don't care. All I know is that I got 4 healthy cats and yeah. Anyway, back to Twisted Metal Harbor City. Sorry about the cat talk. I love cats. I'm going to be doing a fan-made continuation of Twisted Metal Black characters and making my own characters. You know, I'm going to be doing a story for Orbital, who is obviously not playing for Harbor City, but I feel like he could work. He could work in Twisted Metal Black's universe. I'm going to be doing a sequel to 12-pack story, a sequel to Crimson Furies, you know, I'm going to be doing like another Pit Viper story where she's, you know, she's immortal now. It's going to kind of explain some stuff about the world of Twisted Metal Black. If any of you remember back in the Minion story I made or Marcus Kane or whatever, there's something that's in there that kind of gives a hint of as to what's really going on in this world. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I think you've all seen it. Yeah, chances are if you're watching this, you've seen the Minion story, but basically it's explained that, oh yeah, the whole world they're in they're inside of this Matrix-like machine, and being used as the core is Marcus Kane, who has a vulnerable, weak mind, with a split personality. And inside this world, the evil personality of Marcus is dominant, so that's why the world is so fucked up. Now, when I do Twisted Metal Harbor City stories, it will explain some more stuff about the world. It might even contradict a few stories, but there's a whole reason behind it. I'm not going to get into all the details. There's a lot of juicy details that are going to be unpacked with Twisted Metal Harbor City stories. Now, I have had a lot of requests for characters like Augur, Kamikaze, Primeval. Those characters I'm going to wait until Twisted Metal Apocalypse. Because I feel like they would fit the tone better. Like Augur being a miner, he's a mining guy who lost his comrades in like rubble or something. I forgot what MK Monster Rock gave me, but I like that idea of him being a miner 49er type character with a big old drill, similar to the Underminer from in The Incredibles. It's a neat concept, and I give MK Monster Rock 1989 or Centuri props for that. That's a really, really good idea. And, what else? Car. As for Primeval and Kamikaze, I am not going to spoil anything about them. You've all seen Primeval's design. Yes, he's going to be a big orange demon wearing a straitjacket and driving a mind control rolling cage vehicle, okay? It's a really weird idea, but everyone, let me just tell you right now, some of those character designs I made, I was high as fuck. Yeah. Like, the Commissioner was made while I was high. The Commissioner is a fan-made character. And believe it or not, AI did not create the Commissioner. I did. There's no AI, it's just I with the Commissioner. Look, like I said, I was high one night, and I was kind of like getting some character ideas in my head. I was kind of like watching videos of the Evil Within, the Assignment, and then the Consequence or something like that. There's a character in there called the Administrator, and I'm like, isn't he based on the Communicator from Marble Hornets? I'm like, what if I make a police-based Communicator and call him the Commissioner, and boom. You got this tall, slender man figure with a thumbprint for a face. I don't know how the hell I decided to say, hey, his face is going to be a thumbprint. But it makes sense for the character because he's, the commissioner of the police. He's the leader of all the cops. He's the leader of Carl and Jamie Roberts, Agent Stone, Black Razor, Black Sorcerer, which is a new character I'm going to be developing. There's a lot of characters to use. I'll say that much. Now, Twisted Metal Harbor City stories, if anyone wants to know how long it's going to be until we see all the characters, I'm sorry to say this, but it's going to be a long ass time, man. I'm sorry, but with all the characters there are to work with, all the voices that I can use, everything that's available to me, all the assets I gotta gather, it's going to be at least until 2026 until everything's finished. I've got at least a few years worth of content planned ahead of time. But don't worry, it will be worth the wait. Because, let's face it, these videos have taken a long time. It took me like 11 months to make 10 characters. So, I'm making roughly 20-something characters for Harbor City stories. So it's gonna be a while until everything's finished. Because I know people want to see Hammerhead, they want to see Mr. Slam, Kamikaze, I'm pretty sure someone requested Meat Wagon, Death Warrant, all these characters. Oh, it's going to take a long ass time to finish. But it'll be worth the wait, trust me. Because I want to make sure the videos are made good, I try to make the videos as best as I possibly can. Sure, I have limited, assets and the visuals kind of suffer a bit, but I cannot afford a freaking however much it costs program, and I cannot learn how to animate CGI. I cannot do that shit. That's way too much. I think the motion comics are fine the way they are. It's just it's like, it's basically an enhanced version of the bonus cutscenes from Twisted Metal Black. Essentially, that's what it is, you know? With Cage's ending, where he's like, yeah, he's not CGI, he's literally animated concept art. Bro, they even reused pictures from Crazy 8's ending. I'm like, dude, I noticed that same freaking pose from Crazy 8's ending. It's literally Crazy 8's back turned, but it's like, oh, no, this is Cage. No, that's literally Crazy 8. Or No Face. But yeah. But everyone, I have a lot of ideas, and I've got a lot of stuff planned for Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories. It's gonna be epic. I do have other stuff I'm doing at the moment, though. Right now, it is like May 6th or something like that. Yeah, it's like May. And unfortunately, this month, I am not gonna have any major uploads besides this one and some shorts. I will be posting some shorts on my channel to start productions relatively soon. I've already posted a few of them because I had done a few videos on TikTok showcasing my some of my Twisted Metal themed Hot Wheels, and I posted like 3 videos on shorts just showcasing, like, oh yeah, Spectre, Thumper, these guys, like just everything. And there's a box right here with like Dark Tooth on top, the little rotary display I used in the videos, the shorts, Monster Tooth, and in this box there's like a bunch of the main characters, you know. It's a pretty, it's a pretty interesting hobby. Basically, I'm trying to gather up all the Hot Wheels I can that look like Twisted Metal characters and just make videos of them, you know. It's another thing I do besides the motion comics. And, yeah. I cannot wait to show you all my stories. So I swear, everyone, I'm not kidding when I say it'll be worth the wait. I've got a lot of plans. I got a lot of characters I'm having to, think about. And like, oh, what would they say? What would they use? What would happen in this cutscene? Because a lot of effort is going into Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories. I've already started on Sweet Tooth and John Doe. I plan on starting Raven, Crimson Fury, and Hammerhead pretty soon. Now, Hammerhead is a story I'm kind of having confusing thoughts on at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I'll get it down. But basically, if anyone wants to give me a suggestion for Hammerhead's story, basically it's driven by a lunatic named Danny Dread. And basically he was locked into an institution, not Blackfield, but, the Raven Ridge institution in the suburbs of Midtown or whatever. He was locked in there on behalf of his family, most notably his mother. Now, you can only imagine who his mother is. His last name is Dread. Mother, or elderly mother, Anyway, if anyone wants to give me an idea for, like, his family life and, like, what happens, basically, I'm not going to reveal the ending I have planned, but if anyone wants to give me a story for Danny Dread, please feel free to give me some suggestions, because I'm kind of having some conflicting thoughts about the story at the moment. But who knows, after I put this camera down, I'll be like, oh, I found out, I'm gonna write down what the story is, that type of deal. But, yeah. What do you want, Tommy? This is my boy, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. Oh, he just meowed at me. He's got the weirdest meow ever, I swear. He doesn't meow like, meow. See, Butters goes, meow, meow, meow. But him, he goes, well, not like that. He goes, meow. He like whispers at me. He's a good boy, though. Alright, come on, boy. Go back to the bedroom. So this is my room. Sorry the bed's a little bit messy. There's like stuff all over the place, like lighters and phones and notebooks. This is my bedroom though. So I wanted to, before I end this video, I want to show you all just a behind the scenes look as to what goes into making these videos. And I'm gonna kind of show a sneak peek of my first Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories entry. I don't want to spoil the story itself, but I will show the intro to it. So, as you can see, there is a lot to unpack when it comes to making these videos. I mean, look at all this stuff. Like, these are the voice clips right here. I have to make sure they're lined up. Underneath are like some sound effects. Underneath that is like some music and layers upon layers of editing and pictures and just all this stuff. Anyway, this is going to be Sweet Tooth story, obviously, and I want to show like a preview as to what I have planned exactly for this first entry, at least the intro to how it's gonna start, really. So here's the intro to Sweet Tooth's intro for Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories.
I've been free for over a year now. It's crazy how time flies, especially when you're having fun.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to start. But yeah, look at all the stuff I have to edit with. I have to work with a lot of pictures and sound effects, voice clips I get from 11 Labs. And trust me, 11 Labs is not perfect. It's kind of a pain in the ass to work with sometimes. So, like, I'll try to generate some audio, and sometimes it'll turn out perfect. Most of the time it turns out like, I've been free for over, I've been free for free. I have to generate multiple voice clips until one of them works. So, that's unfortunately the bummer about 11 Labs AI, is that it's not perfect. By any means, it's not perfect, but yeah. So, I plan on making Twisted Metal Harbor City Stories starting June and or July. It depends on if I get one done on time or not. I do want to kind of hold off just to make sure, but it will happen. Anyway, I'm Justin Dart from Twisted Art Productions, signing out. Have a great Twisted night, and I'll see you all in the next video. And I know I'm not going to be uploading much this month, but trust me, there will be some shorts coming out. I want to try to gain some more views on shorts, obviously. And yeah, so thank you all for watching, and have a great Twisted night, and be sure to keep it twisted on Twisted Art Productions. And